Yo, what's up guys? A while back I did a video on what's in my bag, what's in my tech bag. I wanted to do another one. It was a little grainy and my bag's changed. It was a couple of years ago. I just grabbed my bag out of the car. Let's go through it. I'll show you all my tools. The only thing that I did grab was 2 tools that I upgraded right away, so I wanted to show you guys those just to make sure that you don't make the same mistake that I did. Let's turn on some lights and we'll get to it. Alright, so I have my bag here. Hopefully you guys can see it. I kind of pulled this little rickety table up. I guess we'll just go pocket to pocket and I'll kind of explain some things, but we'll just get to it. First pocket, hand sanitizer, COVID, Velcro, always, just to make things look nice. This is a console cable. I don't use it so much anymore because of the type of switches and routers that we use, but funny enough, I did just get asked for this the other day. Basically, it just allows us to connect to these older switches and these older routers. Laptop charger. This is just a cover to a modular jack. Got in there somehow. Phone charger. That's it for that pocket. Let's keep going. This one's good. This is an old school telephone. I keep it in my side pocket over here. And what it's used for is if we have fax problems, I can just unplug the fax, plug this in, and then see if I get toned. And then also I can call my cell phone just to make sure the fax isn't having a problem, that it's actually the line and not the fax itself. Funny thing is, I used to carry this in my car. I lost it, but I got sick of grabbing it all the time. So he lives down here now, but this just lives in my side pocket. Let's see what's in the side pocket here. That was in like the side cubby. My screwdriver, Husky screwdriver. It's a ratchet, and on the back, if I pop it open, it's got a bunch of little bits in it. So this is one of those things that I actually wanted to talk about real quick. So I lost this. I left my bag open and it dumped out in my car and I didn't know where it was. So I bought another one. I ended up buying this one off Amazon. It was like 20 bucks. The reason that I thought it was cool is it's got this little button. And I used this the other day. I had some rack work that I was doing. And to be honest, I ended up just flipping it right back. It's got a little flashlight on the front, so that's cool. I wish that my Husky had that. Really the reason that I don't carry this though is that Husky one I was able to screw off the back and then that little bit thing was in the back. This one has the same thing, but it's spring loaded, so I gotta really pinch it. And then eventually it comes out. So it's spring loaded. I'm not gonna be able to get this thing out. And it's also only got 6 spots. I didn't know that when I bought it. It's hard to get back in. I like the flashlight feature, but make sure that if you're gonna buy one of these that you don't have that spring-loaded back on it. Another screwdriver. Nothing else in that one. I got a top one here. So actually, my bag itself, I started out with a cheap one. Eventually, my zipper ended up breaking. I had to buy a new one anyways. My old one was probably like 20 bucks when I started out, whatever it was. This is a Swiss gear. I've seen a lot of guys rock these. This one's 8 years old and it looks pretty good. So I would just recommend, making the investment right off the bat. Electrical tape, modular jack. So this is the same jack that's in your wall plate. So it's just one of those. It's kind of nice because I get to go through my bag and organize it. Rack screws, so if you're doing rack work, server work, I always keep extras. This isn't something that you necessarily will buy, just find them. There's tons of extras, so they'll be in your server rooms or your IT department will have them. But another modular jack, USB, so just in case. Another modular jack. Okay, so Electrician Scissors. So this is one of those tools too. This is one of the 2 that I was talking about. These are Fluke Network. I got these out of a kit. They're really, really expensive actually. So if you're gonna buy some, you can buy Klein tool. But the thing that I like about them is this longer handle on it. Because sometimes if I'm clipping coax or something, I can really get a good grip and they don't hurt my hands as much. These are a couple years old. They never gotten dull on me. The reason I say that, this is my first pair actually. They've been in my garage forever. You can't see it, but they're dented right here. So they have little teeth on them so that they grab the wire and snip it real flush. Eventually they dented because they were cheap. I got them off Amazon for like 5 bucks. Really, really quickly, whenever I started snipping, you need a really clean edge when you're doing ends. And these just started fraying them off and it just becomes a pain. Maybe a little more than $5 on these, okay? Let's go to the front pocket here. A punch down tool. This one doesn't really look like the one that you guys will probably buy or that you've seen. They're normally like a triangle shape. I like this one. This is the first one I've ever actually bought. I like it just because I get a full handle on it. Comes with the blade. If you're interested, this is stuff that you don't really learn in certs and you don't learn in school necessarily. I'll have videos up on this soon, but punch down tool. Oh, some crimpers. So crimpers, so to put your ends on. I don't know, I started out with a really cheap pair. They're like 10 bucks. They worked for a lot of years. I ended up giving them to a guy I worked with because he didn't have a pair, and it was an excuse for me to buy another pair. These are Klein tool. They feel good and they have the ratchet on them. You know when you're terminated. All right, bean pocket, wires. This is a really long USB A to B. I don't know why I really have this in here. Sometimes I'll carry one, but not a really long one, because printers nowadays, when you buy them, a lot of them don't come with one of these, so I usually just carry one just in case. In my car, obviously, I have a little box, and it's got some keyboards and some mice and some extra cords, so I'll probably take this out. If I find a smaller one, I'll probably throw it in my bag. A USB extender. This is probably from the same pile, but obviously if you are setting up a desk or something, you might need it if the printer's pretty far away or some other kind of peripheral. Label maker, really, really important, because you want to label everything that you do. So we label our printers, we label our jacks, we label, our cables. So I got this one, and it's just a little dynamo. Toner. This is a cheap one. I like it. Again, you can buy really, really expensive toners, and they can do all kinds of fancy stuff. This one's like 30 bucks. The first one I ever bought, this one's probably 40 bucks, but the first one that I ever bought was like $20. It lasted a year, the lights started going out, but it's basically an outlet, and you don't know where the other side is coming out, so you don't know where the wire is on the other side. You can hook up one end, the other end, use the wand, and it makes a sound when you find it, so pretty important. I mean, a lot of guys don't have these. They're just really nice to have. If you run into that problem, you have to either leave or find someone with one. It's just nice to have it on you, and they're pretty cheap, so something to pick up. Tester, really don't ever use this, but once in a while, it's been in my bag for a while, the batteries are probably dead. Yeah, because for some reason, they always die. But you just plug in one end of the cable and plug the other end into this side. The lights blink and tell you if there's any shorts in it. Nice to have. They're about 5 bucks. So, power inverter. I believe that's what it's called. Basically, it just gives PoE to like a phone. So if your phone or any other, like a wireless bridge, if it needs power and it gets it through the Ethernet cable, and your switches, if they don't provide that power, which some switches don't, most do nowadays, you can use one of these. One end goes into the phone, one end goes into this, and the other end goes into the switch, and it gives the phone power. Just because. Just a little USB adapter. This I found, and this is actually pretty cool. I hardly ever use it, but it is nice when I'm in a tight space. You put your modular jack in there, it's not very focused, but when you're punching your wires down, if you're just holding one of these in your hand, they tend to twist on you and you stab yourself. You can put it up against a wall or on the floor, but if it's really, really tight, this thing's kind of nice. So it plops in there and it gives you something just to hold on to while you punch into your hand. So kind of cool. Definitely not needed, but I like it. I carry it. So Ethernet cables, a VGA to display adapter. We had a lot of monitors that we ended up only having VGAs on. There's like a million pockets in this thing, which is nice. Let's see what we got in here. More patch cables. My laptop. In here. I believe that's it. So everything that I have in this bag, I'm honestly confident that I can do every job that I can. You're gonna need some specifics. Every now and then I'll need like a specific Allen wrench or something. I actually have some small star bed Allen wrenches in that Husky that I've used, but I'll need like a bigger one for like a projector or to get behind a TV or something. I'll just grab that from my garage, or I just saw a cloning dock that was in the back of my car, things like that. But realistically, everything that I have in my bag, not much has changed in the past 5 to 8 years. Some of my tools are better, some aren't, but that's pretty much all you need. So thanks for checking it out. See ya.